Hey, what's up? My name is Joe. Today we're gonna try 3 different ramen recipes that Buzzfeed says are awesome. We're gonna do spicy peanut butter ramen, we're gonna do pizza ramen, we're gonna do cheesy ramen. Let's get started. Recipe number 1, we're gonna make spicy peanut butter ramen. For this, we're gonna need peanut butter, sriracha sauce, soy sauce, and obviously ramen. If you don't have a lot of time, this recipe is for you because it is super easy, super quick, and apparently Buzzfeed says it's super delicious. So here we go. Okay, so first thing you need to do is you need to boil some ramen. You can add the flavor packet if you want, but I'm gonna skip it this time. The ramen looks like it's done, so we're gonna take it out of the pot and put it into a bowl. Now we're gonna put the rest of the ingredients into the bowl and mix it together. We are going to need a teaspoon of soy sauce, a little bit of sriracha, really as much as you want. If you like it mild, you can put a little bit. If you like it spicy, you can put as much as you want. And a generous heap of peanut butter. All right, so we're gonna take soy sauce and pour it into the bowl. Since I am a peanut butter fan, I'm going to put a really generous heap. It's better if you use chunky peanut butter. Buzzfeed says that it tastes a little better, but we'll see. This is really a generous heap. Next thing we're gonna do is we are going to put as much or as little sriracha as you'd like. This reminds me a little bit of sesame noodles, the smell of it. I think that's made with a little bit of peanut butter if I'm not mistaken, but I really have no idea because I've never made it. But it is delicious and I'm hoping that it will taste somewhat similar. So I did a super outstanding job mixing this together, and now I am going to taste it and see how it is. That's good. Like I thought, you need a little bit of salt, but overall it is really delicious. The chunky peanut butter really makes this dish because of the crunch. I thought maybe sesame seeds might do that, but you really don't need that because of the crunchy peanuts that are in the peanut butter. Really, really delicious. I think this was a Buzzfeed test success. It took about 7-8 minutes to do. Really delicious. And let's move on to another one that's a little bit harder. Recipe number 2, we are gonna make cheesy Italian ramen. It's a little interesting because ramen is an Asian noodle and cheesy is more like Italian. So interested to see how that's gonna work out. For this recipe, we're gonna need 2 packs of ramen without the flavoring, 2 different types of Parmesan cheese, 3 tablespoons of butter, some black pepper, and olive oil. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and a bit of black pepper and put it in the water before you boil the ramen. You gotta mix it all together. Make sure that the butter is diluted in the water. And go ahead and bring it to a boil. So the water has come to a boil. Now we're gonna take 1 cup of each cheese and quickly put in the ramen and then stir it all together. It smells a little bit like Wacky Mac. So Buzzfeed didn't tell us how much water to put into the pot. So right now it seems like this is gonna be really watery and gross. Seems like it's as done as it could be. Still seems a little watery, but we're gonna transfer it into a bowl. So we just transferred our cheesy ramen into a bowl. I wouldn't really call it cheesy ramen, I'd call it water ramen because at first glance it looks very watery and the cheese looks very clumpy. I'm gonna take a bite before I judge it by its cover, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna take such a big bite because it does not look so good. The ramen tastes very watery. I didn't even get any cheese on that. A little bit of pepper. It's all the ingredients together, but it doesn't really work so well in this recipe. Buzzfeed test fail. We're gonna move on to the next one, which is pizza ramen, which I'm very excited to make. All right, so recipe number 3, we are going to make pizza ramen. It looks super easy, but it's a little weird. I never really thought of having ramen noodles as my pizza base, but you know, try it out and see how it goes. For this recipe, we're going to need pepperoni. We are going to need pizza sauce. We're going to need ramen and cheese. We're basically gonna put it all onto the ramen and bake it in the oven on 375 for, doesn't really give a time, it just says to keep an eye on it, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna take the ramen and break it in half, as such. Tomato sauce. Spread it around on each. Because everyone loves a lot of cheese. We're going to place pepperoni on the pizza. All right, so we're ready to put our pizza ramen into the oven. They should bake for around 15 minutes, but you should keep an eye on them and see how they go. Let's go. So we just took the pizza ramen out of the oven. We baked them for 17 minutes and 39 seconds on the dot. They look really delicious, actually. The consistency, one of them feels a little flimsy and the other one feels a little, more solid, but for the most part, it just looks like pizza ramen. So we're gonna take a bite out of it and see how it tastes. All right, here we go. That is really good. The crunchiness is really great. It tastes like just crunchy pizza, but I love crunchiness, as you can tell from the spicy peanut butter ramen. Crunchiness is great. I recommend this. Buzzfeed test success again. I'd give this a 7.5 out of 10 just because it's a little weird that it's not pizza dough, but it's still super delicious that it's crunchy, and I'm a big fan. If I had to rank these ramen recipes, I'd pick the spicy peanut butter ramen as my #1 choice. The mix of the crunchiness and the peanut butter really did it for me. #2, I would choose the pizza ramen. It was really delicious. The pepperoni and the cheesiness and the crunch, the interesting crunch of the dough was also very good. The one I disliked the most was the watery, cheesy ramen. It wasn't the best. The ingredients did not really tell me how much water I should put in when I mixed it all together. If you're in need of a quick fix and have a tight budget, these recipes will do the trick for you. It's still good even an hour and a half later.